Fuck, okay, that was a hard ass enemy. Let me rest a bit. God damn it!
Corpsing state of life, and no matter how tender, how exquisite, a lie will remain a lie.
For those of you who don't know, this right here is Odia. And except jump scaring me whenever he pleases, he also despises the gods in Dark Souls. The same gods who created the Age of Fire, but with no intention of it ever ending. You see, much like in real life, everything must have an end one way or another, but the gods have refused to end their creation, so they have manipulated every living being into becoming strong enough to sacrifice themselves to keep the fire alive. Not keeping the fire alive means that the Age of Darkness will come once again, and the death of the gods of light. You can see the world disintegrating into filth from all the years of sacrifice to keep the fire lit. A fire that should have been extinguished thousands of years ago, so long ago that we are cursed with hollowing, full decay of the mind, turning people into monsters. And Odia over here is the one that teaches us the reality of the world and the consequences of the actions of our predecessors. Having done thousands of experiments on test subjects in order to find a way to escape this cycle and to reverse hollowing, he loses his physical body and comes to the conclusion that the only solution is to have the fire die out. He teaches his pupils to despise the flame and not to reignite it, but now that we have appeared in this world, the decision is in our hands. Your soul being strong enough to either rekindle the flame or extinguish it. What would you do? As I said, everything ends eventually. The sun sets and the moon rises, and the cycle repeats itself over and over again. Saying it that way, the decision of just leaving the fire to die out is the only natural decision. I mean, not only because the whole world is falling apart and how long overdue it is for the fire to have died out, but because of the lie. The lie of the gods that have told us for a millennia of how crucial the flame is to us, when it isn't. When the Age of Dark comes, we will be even better off than having light. The only reason this fire is kept lit is because it will end the existence of the gods. So yeah, screw everything that's existed and end the damn fire. Maybe it's possible to live in a beautiful lie, but the lie in this world isn't even pretty. Everything is corrupted and plagued. Darkness spreads around, leaving corpses and monstrosities, so ending the flame as soon as possible is the only outcome. But what about the life that we have built within this fire? The things we know, the friendships, relationships we have formed. Ugly and falling apart this world may be, it is still the only thing that we know. Yes, the basis of it is a lie, but are the experiences formed here also a lie? And not only in Dark Souls do we see this dilemma. It kind of reminds me of The Matrix, where the main protagonist Neo learns that his world is a simulation and decides to either know the real world or decide to keep being deluded with a false reality. It might have been easy for him to decide, being a person with not so many connections and friends in the fake world, so choosing to know the truth would have been an easier choice, but not for us in this case. In the world of Dark Souls, as the years of keeping the fire lit passed, more and more souls that sacrifice themselves don't even care about the Age of Fire itself. An example of this case is Yorm the Giant, a lord with so much care for his kingdom and its people, even though his citizens hated him because of the fact that he was giant. As the first flame was slowly dying out and needed to be rekindled again, in an attempt to preserve light, the citizens of the kingdom created an artificial flame. But the first flame cannot be reproduced. Many have tried, many have suffered the consequences, people such as Odia. And now the citizens are the ones suffering them because this recreated fire only spreads corruption, plague, and darkness into the kingdom. Yorm thinks that the only way to protect his people from the plague is to rekindle the fire once again. Not to continue the Age of Fire, but only because it will save his people. So then, is the decision to continue this world even though it will end up eventually in even more suffering. It does sound in a way appealing. After all, nothing sounds more human than to suffer through the life that we hold on so dearly. Before you write it in the comments, let me finish the story of Yorm the Giant. After rekindling the first fire using his soul, the strength of the fire increased so much in unknown reason, maybe because giants were not meant to rekindle or some other unknown reason. The fire grew and spread so much that it ended up burning his entire kingdom and its citizens. The only hope for survival of his people ended up being their eventual demise, teaching us that no matter how much preventing, the inevitable will come. And eons after his sacrifice, he was resurrected to rekindle yet again as the fire fades. But when he goes back to see his kingdom after all these years, he only sees corpses on top of corpses, the ones he swore to protect. He killed due to being manipulated that the fire would solve all the problems. What shall we do then? There are more doubts than answers. The only natural path is for the fire to die, but can you really pull through and risk the doom of everything you come to adore and love in this dark, twisted world? Or will you be part of the struggle and let more people to eventually be born in this world, to grow their love for it, despise its flaws, and eventually, just like you, continue to rekindle so another generation struggles? According to Audia, it's simple. A lie will remain a lie. But at the end, his soul is not strong enough to decide what to do with the flame. Yours is. And now that you have this in mind, comment. What would you do? Keep the fire or extinguish it once and for all? Thank you for watching and subscribe.